Instructions for ants.
It is instructions for ants.
Can I see it?
Does that explain what we're doing today?
Yeah.
It can when we finally get it open.
Oh, it's like 1 page.
Refer to diagrams for wiring. Diagram 1, one-piece whip. Pair whips.
This is pair whips.
Yeah. Well, we released what we're doing. Kemimoto sent us man-sized lightsabers.
We needed power.
I don't think that was the intent of these.
No, but they are going to go on Project Suspect. And
Right over here. Oh my God, the light.
we are going to A, make them look good, and B, test and see just how robust these things are.
So they literally...
First question was how flexible these are, depending on how we're going to mount them, which they seem pretty flexible, but I feel like borderline. But mounting these to a quad, not easy.
I don't know why they sent us full UTV ones.
These are like ones I would put on my semi.
What are those? How tall are those? Like a meter and a bit, anyway.
Long.
Well, I'm 5'2".
So those are...
These are like 4.5 feet. Easy.
Yeah.
We're thinking maybe
there's only one way to do this, Drake.
something like this, which I never expected to have to mount on a 4-foot big quad. Like, this is where it's supposed to go. Are you ready for this? Here.
That's what Yamaha wants you to do anyway.
So in case the International Space Station is looking for where I am.
The one thing I've noticed about whips is I have only seen them once in Canada, and it was like a month ago at FRCC. I've never seen whips otherwise here in Canada.
Really?
Yeah. Out of all of our rides, when have you ever seen whips?
I didn't know there was going to be a test.
Just never.
Why you got a plaid condom?
Canadians don't normally do this, as far as I know.
I'm no normal Canadian.
You just want to go full yee like the American friends down south.
Damn right. That's where the lock goes.
Every time you want snacks.
I can do the whip.
This is where he keeps his snacks.
All the apple juice box.
So tall. That's taller than me.
Is that going to hit my garage door?
Oh, it's possible. I mean, it's
close, but no.
It's got a foot on me standing on.
Well, let's find out if these even work. Let's actually just tap a battery and get them lit up, see what they look like at least.
I was thinking if we had like little stubby ones, I would just build a bracket that comes out from the rack mount, and it would go right here.
Cass, are you threading it into his plastic?
Yeah,
she's got her jammed right in.
Like you can't even take it out.
Chill out. You're gonna leave thread marks on his stuff. But yeah, just what are the? So there's a little controller.
Yeah, this is what we were laughing at when we first started here. Is the instructions were just like, oh, put those in the bag.
Yeah, those are a little lackluster.
We got like some sort of little rubber booty condom things.
Everything else seems to be.
We got one.
That's for if you don't mount the second one, maybe.
And a zip tie, which that is a zip tie.
For free?
Yeah, we got 2 of them. I only got one little dongery though.
The whip itself seems fine, but there's a few things that I
don't mind that.
am concerned
they got a lanyard
about.
on the remote.
Oh, and
don't
there's
see
the
that.
preset color.
I do like the remote. I find that better than an app.
I do like this because you can keep this on the bike. So yeah, these have quick connect ends on them.
There's almost more instructions for the remote.
Oh yeah,
so you can take this stays mounted to the bike.
Oh god.
And then this
camera.
Here's Kyle, doesn't know how to use his own equipment.
Can confirm. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, welcome back to the channel. So show them the...
Yeah, so the whip gets mounted, obviously you drill a hole, put the bolt on. But then, if you got a trailer like mine, where we can't stand up, but we've learned today... Cass can. But whip, lightsaber, doesn't... So these, if you pull the collar back, they're almost like a hydraulic connect.
Or your garden hose.
They're really not, they're pretty robust.
What I find odd is,
there's a coax in the middle. Like you're able to actually put a
I don't know if there's an antenna attachment for these too.
Yeah, there's like a full coax.
I haven't seen this since my Jeep days.
Oh, you were one of those guys.
I repented my sins.
Why do you think it took me so long to date him?
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding. Notice how when you got the taco?
That's when we started dating,
was it
isn't it?
Cool?
You had your taco.
Oh.
Was it like 350 TBI swapped and like cool with Dana's?
No, it had the awful Caravan engine.
Oh my.
It was like the worst JK they ever made. They got rid of it pretty quick. But anyway.
At least a manual.
So there is that.
He won't answer that because he's like, god damn, it wasn't automatic.
It wasn't automatic. I was broke. It was cheap.
Yeah, but the automatics are the rich people ones.
Yeah, he did use it in the bush though.
Yeah, actually, I almost lost it in a river. Yeah, the rear end picked up in a river and I almost lost the whole Jeep.
Let's plug this in. Let's see what we got.
Plug it in, plug it
happening
in.
here.
We can just hook it up to a 12 volt. Okay, got it.
Why is there so many coffee mugs in there?
Just hook it up to that. Might as well get a look at these things.
Yeah.
Oh!
Wow.
That is bright. That was like in my face.
That is silly bright.
Can they each be a different color?
I'm sure the battery's got one of those like, oh, we put a piece of tape over it so it doesn't drain while it's in the box. In a shipping container somewhere.
Considering it's broad daylight out, that's pretty intense.
366 kinds of mode.
Kinds?
6 levels of speed adjustment.
Ooh, speed.
What else is there?
I wanted to see if I could do different colors for each whip, and then we can have a lightsaber fight.
I doubt it just because of the way they're hooked up. But
There's no split.
Oh, wah, wah, Kemimoto, you need to change this.
what?
They don't even give you a battery in the remote.
What battery's in there?
Oh, I think it's the same one as the cooler.
It's like a watch battery. You know, the ones that are sitting on my counter at home. I'll wait for Cass.
So
So I tore my expensive truck key fob apart and made a last discovery. It's still not the right battery.
What does Cass's have?
This is a 2032. So,
oh, did you open my key fob?
2032.
Darn it.
same as this one.
Okay. Go try your other idea with the remote.
Inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Has this Mainville UTV thing that someone made us. We haven't had enough space in this new house to kind of take everything out. But let's see if I can find the remote.
What's that?
Someone, when we were in Petawawa, made us these with this 3D printer.
That right there is banging.
And then this has a little light, an RGB light that goes in it, like a puck. Boop.
That I can tell right now has AAA's in it. I can see the AAA.
No, this has AAA's.
But it came with a remote. Oh god.
Oh.
Terrible camera work.
Is it 2025?
It is!
Wow, what are the odds of that?
Oh, I just fought with one of these.
I have my nails done for once, so I don't want to ruin
Yeah, me too.
Aren't they cool? They're like a ombre.
They make me want cotton candy is what they do.
Right? You ever see those TikToks of that meme that just, they like take a scooter and put it here, or they make him stub his toe on something and he's dressed like a mime and he has to not react?
What?
Yeah, he'll like do things that regular people freak out about. And he'll
What are you
stub his
talking
toe,
about?
And he'll be like,
You know, when you were gone, my editing time was cut drastically.
you could just cut this out, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah!
Look at that.
Oh, they get warm.
Yeah.
Here's yours.
Okay, be careful. The
Well, they
wires.
are warm. Like, put your hand on that. Like,
Hey, when you're
Okay.
winter riding, you can warm your hands up. Okay, wait. Sound effects. Go.
hold on. We can't. We both have red lightsabers. We're not supposed to be fighting each other. You're supposed to have a blue one.
I don't think Kemimoto expected this when we said we would review their LED whips.
Oh, what is going on at the bottom? What?
Whoa.
Half of this the camera's not even seeing because of the frame rate drop.
Here, I'll just
Okay, well,
let
it's-
it reflect on me.
It's having an incredible moment of.
These things are intense. So there's a few lackluster things, but the LEDs themselves work incredibly well.
There's 366 modes, and we're about to show you every single one of them.
No, yeah, okay.
Stay
Imagine.
tuned. Oh, there's Cass's.
I'm seeing some modes that are more impressive than my, it's a lot smoother than my Oracle Halos,
Yeah, they
actually.
flow a lot more.
You know what's cool? When we go to events, we could just like stick these in the
That
ground
one's
by our
cool.
tent.
That is cool. But now the question is, wait, I can slow that down, I think.
Well, it doesn't really matter because the camera can't see half of these.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's the red you're looking for. Okay, so how do we mount these to your quad? There's basically only
It
one
just
spot.
had to be the killer motivation here. We're having so much fun.
How flexible are they? We should figure that out before we put the effort into installing them in case they're not very flexible.
Well, I don't want to just purposely flexo breako.
Oh, there it is.
Flexo breako.
There it is. Oh,
Well, give it a reasonable amount of
we
flex. Like,
Red and white. There we go.
that's Canadien.
imagine going to a raid and just bringing like a
A backpack with a battery and weight around?
If only they were wireless, that'd be so cool.
How would they be wireless?
We would just mount a battery pack right
to the bottom? Yeah. So how big is the Bluetooth receiver?
Tiny. Like
Okay.
in comparison to, like, I feel like the one we put in the Maverick was a box with this inside it.
So basically, they are removable. So you can take them off and on at the base. There's also the wire actually disconnects from the Bluetooth receiver.
Yeah, little thready bit.
The one we have here is a dual, so it's pre-wired to be a dual, and you can disconnect one and just run the other, but you'd have another wire that's going to be there. It comes with a remote. It doesn't come with a battery. It does come with instructions, but they're crumpled in a ball.
Then you can get the battery back.
And the packaging was pretty
Didn't
decent.
see that part.
Yeah,
Kyle got into
it's pretty
the
standard.
presents.
But it showed up in reasonable time. They told me when it would be here. They had tracking information. It's just the connection between this and the actual whip with how much leverage it has. I'm a little concerned about that, but otherwise it's all good. The connections are good. I'm happy with that. Everything seems to be reasonably watertight. There isn't a long-term review on this stuff, but they are out there. Okay, let's install this thing.
We're going to try.
We're going to try.
Figure this out.
We have a plan. Show the people what we got going on.
I'm finishing food. Cass is really good at, like, we're just clipping along and then she brings food out.
This is why I'm not dead, because I'd eat like pork chops for my entire life. So mounting 9-foot tall whips on a quad has its challenges, but I think we have a plan.
This is NASA engineering here.
It got a little overkill pretty quick, but basically, there's only one place we can put them, and it has to be pretty low at the back of the machine so you're not getting hit
Yes.
in the head with them.
I have experienced people who have been whacked.
You're not getting blinded by them, and we had to soak up some height somehow.
So we're building a bracket. Here's the rough shape. I don't know if you can see the marker-ish.
Yeah.
We're getting rid of these little triangles. We're going to cut this plate, and these two little squares are going to get bent on a 45.
So that the whip is
So
on a
that the
45.
whip is going to sit off to the side on a 45. Something like that. So even though they're really long, the height above the bike is only about a foot and a half.
2 feet. Yeah, so not much higher than you're going to be sitting on it. So let's cut this up. It's going to take a little bit there, and we'll get that installed.
Well, I got a fresh zip disc. Kyle didn't give me one of those ones with like a chunk missing out. It's like, here you go, buddy.
That's what I used last time when we did some metal work. Just put on your safety squints, you'll be all right.
Using my eyeball machining skills. Went so that it was. Oh yeah.
Not bad.
All right, Drake, give the people a tour. What did we come up with in the last half hour?
Well, I built this plate, so now you can see her in action. We'll get rid of this. So that's just on top of the factory Yamaha hitch. And you set some RJW spacers underneath. So this tightened up, so we drilled nothing on the actual machine.
Yeah, so these are Can-Am bolts with Can-Am yellow Loctite on them. RJ spacers and just some nuts I had spare. This is steel that we had from Clavette Service when we did the electrical on the Maverick build. So we had some steel left over, and we basically just bolted it on there. No holes, no nothing. I think it took Drake half an hour to get that cobbled up. And now they're as low as we can get them. And basically this is the only spot that makes sense and gets away from the exhaust and won't whap them in the head and looks half decent.
It doesn't actually look that bad.
No, it really doesn't. And it still had to be removable, so this was key. The only thing we need to come up with is some sort of rubber to protect right here.
If we build a rubber, some sort of a rubber attachment point right here, this is going to be the excess of the whipping.
Yeah, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
And these bend like a mother, like they go. Not an issue at all. So I think this is the only way you're going to get huge side-by-side whips on a quad like this and be reasonable. If you sit on this, Drake, how high do you compare to the whips? You are higher than the whips.
That's perfect.
Okay, so we hooked up a DeWalt battery real quick, but we're going to save you all the boring electrical. Drake, so turn on your halos. Those are your standard farm mudding halos. That looks really good. Now turn on the whips. Good God. Oh man, that's crazy bright.
It actually looks really cool.
So that's max, right? Yeah. And keep in mind, it's broad daylight outside. This isn't as dark as the garage can be. Like, lots of light is getting in. But this is insane. What is with us and LEDs lately? It's a full-on light show, and the neighbors are going to wonder why we're partying. Jesus!
What if I just hit white? Oh!
Okay, so the LEDs themselves are very impressive. The controller pretty quick.
Immediate.
It's not something I would do to my quad, but I am very impressed. I would do short whips on the side-by-side, but this is a lot. Of course,
Can we do rock lights too on the Grizzly?
How many LEDs are you gonna want? Just fully lit up like that?
Oh, it's a rainbow unicorn.
That's pretty slick. It's so...
Your quad's
it's really
so
good.
smooth.
Yeah, the transition's really good on that. Oh. So yeah, there's our little DeWalt battery that's powering it. Everything's tightened up there now. We'll have to give it some black paint there or something, but we just need to see how they last long term now. That's basically it. But otherwise, they seem strong. The LEDs are smooth. The controller's fast. There's nothing really to say poorly about them. Full transparency, we obviously got them for free, but if I had something bad to say, I would tell you. There's a few things I dislike, like the disconnect down here. I would obviously have to know more long term, but it kind of feels like it holds on tight, but something about it doesn't feel super high quality. But the way it's bolted in right now, I don't think I'd be worried about it whatsoever. We flexed those whips really far, and it's really not an issue. So you can go as far as you want. I don't know what scenario it would go past that. You gonna rock these things? Oh my God.
I'm trying to think of a song that goes to that beat, but I couldn't.
Can we not have white?
Sorry.
My retinas are burning.
But there it is. Those are the Kemimoto whips. I'm glad we got to try them out, and we're just going to save you all the boring stuff of wiring it up. You guys don't need to see that, but we'll wire it up into the plug the same way we did the Halo. So as soon as the machine's on, it'll have power at the back.
It's a wireless.
No big deal. Yeah, Cass just thinks we should mount the DeWalt battery back there and call it a day.
Then you can charge it.
Just charge it when you get home.
We end up back on white.
I don't know. You suck. Cool, let's take some photos of this. We'll call her a day.